Hello and welcome to a very special program. 25 years ago, NDTV was on the ground in the Kargil war zone. Nobody really thought it was a war at that stage, but the booming artillery guns very soon revealed that what India was engaging was not the common threat of terrorism. In fact, these were Pakistani army regulars who'd crossed the line of control and had captured various posts along the line of control on Indian territory. Many of the young soldiers we met at that time paid with their lives to regain the territory that India had lost. These were some of our finest sons. Some of them were Paramveer Chakras, Mahavir Chakras, Veer Chakras, and a lot more. Over the last 25 years, we've kept up with the families of these Kargil bravehearts. And on this very special program, we talk to spouses, mothers, fathers, and brothers who remember their loved ones, remember every aspect of their lives, their bravery, and what it means to have lost someone so dear. Captain Vijayan Thapar knew that his final mission would be his last one. Shortly before he went into the battlefront on the Kargil front, he wrote a letter to his loved ones, to his father, to his mother, and to his brother. And he told a friend of his, please deliver this letter to my loved ones if I don't make it back. But Vijayanth knew that the chances of him making it back alive were remote. And in that letter, he wrote to his parents, by the time you read this, I will be up in the skies in the company of Apsaras. Vijayanth never did return from the Kargil heights, but his memory lives on forever.
Robin would listen to a story. As was routine, one night he cuddled up next to his father to listen to the absorbing story of adventures of a young boy. Suddenly he started screaming, Papa, I'm going to die. Papa, I'm going to die.
25 years have gone past and I feel as if Kargil happened yesterday. All memories are absolutely fresh today.
What do you remember most about your son?
I remember a wonderful young officer in my son, the kind of qualities which I think every officer should imbibe, try to imbibe. That's how I look at him.
Tololing happened on 12th and 13th, and 14th I got a call from Robin that Mama, do you know that we have captured Tololing? So I said, yes, I know that. I took it for granted that nothing can happen. But finally when I got the call, that was a shock for me. But never mind, my son has done something for his country and I am a proud mother.
You have seen men die in battle.
Yes.
And the reason I ask is because when you saw your own son die in battle,
Yes.
despite all of those experiences that you
Yes.
have had,
Yes.
nothing can prepare you for this loss, can it?
No, it can't. Fortunately, I didn't see him die. Fortunately, because I was in Alwar when this battle was going on, and I got the news of his getting shot in Alwar. But it doesn't really require me to be there to see what would have happened and how he died, because it was all very clear. I mean, the fighting was at such close quarter, and knowing my son, he wasn't the guy who will allow the Pakistanis to get away without paying the price for it. And in the bargain, he was also killed.
Lieutenant Vijayan Thapar भारत से तो टकराएगा भारत से तो टकराएगा
I always call my son soldier saint because he was very honest, very kind-hearted, very loyal and disciplined, of course, very disciplined. And above all, he was a true patriot, देश एक सच्चा देशभक्त, which he proved.
Colonel, you've been up to the Knoll on a couple of occasions. That's where your son died fighting for India. But it's a journey you felt that you had to take. Why?
It was an unwritten covenant between me and my son, where he had requested me to come and see where they had fought. He wanted to acquit himself and his unit how well they had fought, and he wanted somebody to go and witness the place. And therefore, the moment I read that, I decided that I will go immediately. That was, mind you, that was still the debris of war was still there.
And you reached the spot where Vijayant went away.
Yes, sadly I reached the spot where he went away, and it was a very sad experience because some signs of his having lain there and Acharya next to him was still visible on the ground.
That must have been very difficult for you.
Very, very difficult. And there was a place where the two Rajputana rifles, they had done a yag. And there were, well, other marks, you know, very sad, which were left behind by them. And of course the debris of war were all over.
What are you holding?
I am holding his last letter, which was written a day or 2 days before the final assault. First assault was Tololing, where he captured the post Barbal Bunker. He called up after Tololing attack and he told me that now I will not call you for 20 days. After 20 days I am going to call you back. I said, what happened? So he says, no, I have been assigned another task. So task means another attack. So last attack was Knoll, Three Pimples attack. Before that attack, he wrote this letter. And he told his friend, Captain Tomar, that Tomar, listen, well, I am writing this letter. So if I come back, fine. Because death was quite evident. You could see those heights where these boys have fought. So he said, if I come back, I'll tear it off. If I don't, then please give this letter to my parents in Noida.
ये चिट्ठी कब मिला था आपको?
जब उसका सामान आया था, उसका बॉक्स था वहाँ पर, उस बॉक्स में काफ़ी चीज़ें थी और उसका एक छोटा सा वॉलेट था जिसमें ही हैड ओनली 300 रुपीज़ और उसकी जो जैकेट थी उसके अंदर चॉकलेट्स और उनको ना थोड़ा सा एक इमरजेंसी राशन भी मिलता है जिसमें थोड़े थोड़े शक्करपारे भी रखे हुए थे जो उसके अंदर उसकी पॉकेट्स में ऐसे मिले। और थोड़े से उसके कैसेट्स भी आए उसके बॉक्स में जिसमें काफ़ी कैसेट्स थे। सो वी जस्ट पिक, हमने एक कैसेट उसमें से 1 या 2 कैसेट उठाए जो उसमें अपने आप गाने गाए हुए हैं। लकीली हमने वही कैसेट पिक किए जो आज वो गाने बहुत फेमस भी हैं और जो वो वहाँ पे गाया करता था और जिसमें से उसका फेमस सॉन्ग था संदेशे आते हैं। Dearest Papa, Mama, Birdie and Granny, by the time you get this letter, I'll be observing you all from the sky and enjoying the hospitality of Apsaras. I have no regrets. In fact, even I become a human again, I will join the army and fight for my nation. If you can, please come and see where the Indian army fought for you tomorrow. As far as the unit is concerned, the new chaps should be told about the sacrifice. I hope my photo will be kept in the A Company Mandir with Karni Mata. Okay then, it's time for me to join my clan of the Dirty Dozen. My assault party has 12 chaps. Best of luck to all. Live life king size. Yours, Robin.
This is a thali, puja thali.
But why these?
These are soldiers' prasad.
These are all bullets fired by your son.
Yes, by my son. They are lying all over.
मैं समझता हूँ वहाँ विजयंत रहता है। जब मैं
अभी भी वहाँ रहता है?
जी, विजयंत वहीं रहता है और हम अपने दिल में हम यही कहते हैं कि वो नहीं आ सकता छुट्टी पे हमको मिलने के लिए क्योंकि उसकी ड्यूटी सख्त है।
वो आप अभी भी सोचते हैं?
हाँ, अभी भी सोचते हैं। मेरा दिनचर्या जो है वो स्टार्ट होता है पहले प्रेयर करने, रॉबिन के तस्वीर के आगे प्रेयर करने से, और फिर पूरा दिन वैसे चलता है।
Squadron leader Ajay Ahuja always came to the assistance of those who needed it. In the Kargil war, he was flying a MiG-21 when news came that a MiG-27 pilot, Flight Lieutenant K. Nachiketa, had ejected over the Kargil Dras range. It was Squadron leader Ahuja's job to try and locate perhaps the parachute of Nachiketa so that a rescue operation could be mounted. It was at this stage that his MiG-21 was struck by a Pakistani surface-to-air missile. He ejected successfully. He was injured, but he was surrounded by Pakistani forces. He took out his revolver and fired at the Pakistani soldiers, but he was killed. His body returned several days later. Earlier, I spoke to his widow, Alka Ahuja, to ask her about her memories of the man. She said that when she got married, she realized that Squadron leader Ahuja's first love would always be the Indian Air Force.
When we got married, he told me, you are my second wife. And I was shocked. What is he saying? Then he said, Air Force is my first wife and you are my second wife. And he always did that. He was such a caring person. I mean, he didn't care only about me, he cared for each and every person he met. Even in each and every party also, you will find him laughing only, smiling only, no tension, nothing, always ready to help. 18th May, I got a call from the squadron that get his bags ready, we are going to Srinagar. I said, what is that? All of a sudden, he didn't tell me that we are going to Srinagar. We were told to pack up the bags. "22nd May was his birthday, so I thought they'll be coming back by 22nd May. 22nd when we spoke, then he said कि नहीं, we are not coming, and बेटे की vacations were starting, so he said कि I'll send you the tickets, you both come to Srinagar, we are going to stay here for some more time. I said okay, and my son was really excited that we are going to meet Dada. And next day, 23rd May onwards, all the civil flights were cancelled. That time also didn't struck what is wrong. 26th May onwards, when airstrike started, then we realized that something is there. At 4 o'clock on 27th May, the station commander was in uniform and he came to my place with my friend, and Ajay told me that in case somebody comes in uniform, that means something is wrong. So when I saw him in uniform, I got scared. I had to ask my friend, why has he come to our place? So he said that Ahuja has rejected, but he is missing. And there was no news after that. And I was just praying to God that I should get some good news about him. But it was 4, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and it was getting dark. So I was worried. And we were just waiting. By 8:30, they said that one Nachiketa had rejected. So they said that one has survived and one is no more. Now who is no more was a question. And by 8:30, they said that Ahuja is no more.
This brave pilot, who only loitered over the area in an attempt to locate and spot the downed pilot, had been shot. Now this is a cold-blooded murder, an act of cowardice on the part of Pakistani regulars.
They both were in fact friends rather than son and father. So he was very close to, and I couldn't tell him what had happened, and he was watching everything, but didn't ask me any question. But he was just watching that something is wrong, but he didn't know what has happened, because you can't imagine a 5-year-old child to think about this. And then he went to different places with me. He saw Dada's photo everywhere. And but he was just watching. And one fine day he told me, when I went to Kota and came back, he said, "Mama, Dad ab kabhi nahi aayenge." That's all.
Anuj Nair was all set to get married, even though he was extremely young, just about 23 years of age. But he knew that his job, his responsibility was to defend India. And his job had come to him when he was assigned to fight in Kargil. Anuj never returned. He never did get married to his college sweetheart. But his action of clearing post after post after post by Pakistani soldiers and leading his small platoon on the charge is the stuff of military legends. He's been honored with the Mahavir Chakra. This is the story of Anuj Nair, a young captain of the Indian Army, through the eyes of his mother.
Delta Foxtrot in 10 minutes. Yesterday's target's over.
July 9:39 is where my time froze. He has gone with a purpose. He has left behind our image. That image exists on that small piece of land.
मैं और नैयर साहब उसको गए थे सी ऑफ करने के लिए, एंड दैट वाज द लास्ट ग्लिम्स जो मेरे को है कि ब्लैक एंड वाइट टी शर्ट पहनी हुई थी। उसकी एक आदत थी कि अगर वो जाता था तो वो कभी पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखता था। मेरे पास वही लास्ट ग्लिम्स है उसका। और जब उसका ये हो गया सब कुछ, तो मैंने किसी को ना बॉडी नहीं देखने दी थी। मुझे था कि जिस तरह से मैंने उसको भेजा, मैं सारी लाइफ उसको ऐसे ही लेके रखना चाहती हूँ। मैं अभी तक अनुज को वैसे ही लेके अपने पास में संभाले बैठी हूँ। रात को ब्रिगेडियर गिल थे, 79 ब्रिगेड को मैनेज कर रहे थे। उन्होंने 6 तारीख रात को मुझे फ़ोन किया कि मैम अनुज इज़ गोइंग फॉर ए सीरियस ऑपरेशन, आई हैव जस्ट सेड गुड लक टू हिम। मैंने कहा सर उसके पास सब कुछ है, मतलब मुझे इतना ही पता था, बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट या शूज़ या, हाँ उन्होंने कहा आई हैव सीन एवरीथिंग इज ओके। मुझे टिम्मी ने फ़ोन किया कि अनुज कहता है मुझे 100 मीटर का जो एरिया है सिर्फ उसको खंगालना होता है कि कहीं उसमें कोई टेररिस्ट तो नहीं है। तो मैंने ऐसे मजाक में कहा, मैं क्या अनुज जब बचपन में था तो मेरी भी सारी चीज़ें ढूंढ देता था, मजाक में, चाहे मेरे पर्स में से निकालना है कुछ करना है तो वो कर लेता था। मैंने कहा वो तो उसके लिए बड़ी बात नहीं है, तो मैं रिलैक्स हो गई। पर ये नहीं पता था कि वो कौन से सीरियस ऑपरेशन में था। 3 बंकर ले चुका था, 4था बंकर लेना था, और बंकर के अंदर बैठ के उसने जो यार सुभाष करके एक कोई सोल्जर था उसको कहा कि मुझे भूख लगी है, कुछ खाने को है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि फ्रोज़न पूरियाँ हैं। उन्होंने कहा मैं फ्रोज़न पूरियाँ नहीं खाता। उन्होंने कहा बिस्किट खा लो सर। तो 2-3 बिस्किट खाए, एक सिगरेट पिया उसने, मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था वो सिगरेट पीता है। एक सिगरेट पी के बाहर गया देखने के लिए या लॉन्च करने के लिए, जब पता नहीं किस लिए गया, तो आरपीजी आके उसको नेक पे हिट कर गया एकदम से। और उससे पहले भी उसकी सारी प्लेटून ऑलमोस्ट ख़त्म हो चुकी थी। जैसे ही जनरल बाबा को ये पता लगा कि अनुज नहीं रहा, उसका वो जो होता है उनका सिस्टम होता है जिससे पता चल जाता है उन लोगों को, उन्होंने कहा अब तुम वापस आ जाओ जितने भी बचे हो। मुश्किल से 3-4 लोग बचे थे। सुबह सुबह हमारा डॉग था वो गुम हो गया था। तो मैंने नैयर साहब को कहा, मैंने कहा नॉटी गुम हो गया कि ये ना हो अनुज को कुछ हो जाए। मैं 8 बजे यही बात करती जा रही थी पूरे घर के अंदर, ये ना हो अनुज को कुछ हो जाए। तब तक कुछ हुआ नहीं था, पर अनुज को 5:20 पे हो चुका था। हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं आई थी। हमें 9:45 बजे फ़ोन आया था कि ऐसे अनुज नहीं रहा। तो नैयर साहब को बिल्कुल ब्लैंक हो गए थे। थोड़ी देर के बाद उन्होंने अपना ये हाथ उठा के दीवार पे मारा जोर से। पूरा टाइम वो पट्टी बांधे रहे उस पर। वो उनकी फ्रस्ट्रेशन थी या उनका प्राउड था कि मेरा बेटा कुछ करके गया है। पर कहते वो यही थे कि मतलब मेरे को लगता है कि उनको ये प्राउड था कि भाई अनुज गया तो कुछ करके गया।
शादी के लिए तैयार था
अनुज ने सर आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल में 95 में, ये 93 में गया ना, तो 95 में ये गया। ये हर बार जब आता था तो वहाँ जाता था आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल। तो वहाँ पर ये टिम्मी को मिला। टिम्मी इससे 2 साल जूनियर थी। तो वो कहते हम तो तब जानते थे ये वॉलीबॉल खेलता था और ये कभी स्कूल के प्रेयर नहीं अटेंड करता था, सीधा वॉलीबॉल फील्ड में जाता था। कोट उतारना, सब लड़कियां इसका कोट पहनने के लिए तैयार रहती थी क्योंकि सभी कहते थे, खुद भी कहता था, करण को कहता था तू मेरे जैसा टॉल डार्क एंड हैंडसम नहीं बन सकता। फिर 95 में गया तो ये लोग मिले आपस में, तो शायद डिफेंस क्लब में मिले। और मेरे को इसने वहाँ से फ़ोन किया एनडीए से, मम्मी आपको ना टिम्मी मिलने आएगी। मैं क्या अनुज तू सीरियस है? ना अभी कोर्स में नहीं कंप्लीट हुआ, तू सीरियस है? कहता आप मिल लो। आप सोचो हमारे घर में एक 17 साल की लड़की अपने आप ही अपना रिश्ता लेके आ गई। मैंने दरवाज़ा खोला, टिम्मी मैडम ने एंटर किया, आई एम टिम्मी, आइए जी। तो उसने सारा दिन हमारे साथ स्पेंड किया, हमें भी अच्छा लगा सब कुछ। फिर इसने कहा कि पहले आप देख लो, पर कुछ देखने को कुछ ऐसी बात थी नहीं। तो इनका इसके बाद फिर ये तो होता नहीं था, वो हमारे यहाँ आती थी फिर भी। फिर इनकी एंगेजमेंट कर दी 98 में। हमने 11 अप्रैल को एंगेजमेंट की थी, उसकी कुछ फ़ोटोग्राफ्स हैं हमारे पास। उसके बाद फिर शादी डिसाइड कर दी, पर शादी हुई नहीं, जबकि हमें लगता था कि इनको कोई अलग नहीं कर सकता, पर हो नहीं पाया।
It's time now for us to take a short break, but over the next several days, we'll continue to honor the memory of those who were killed in action in Kargil. We'll be talking to several who fought and who survived. We'll be talking to the loved ones of those who never made it back. It's a time for us to reflect an operation that took place at heights above 17,000 feet, which involved some of India's finest sons, soldiers who fought to the death to regain every square inch of what we hold most dear, our land, our territory.